in and outs at stake here. This is going to be a series that really can...
It's been a while since other combat summoners have been really taken outside of spellbooks onto your mid laners. It feels like though on NIP has found a place to be his own player and play his own game as opposed to play for another historic orc. He might get involved here towards this topside fight.
Xiaoshu has a bit of sustain, but he's CC'd up. He doesn't get to use his sustain. Take it out.
Very strong on this Viego as one of his comfort picks. Troy's going to get hit.
And this is what you were talking about, right? If you lose control of vision of what Feather and Mole are trying to do across the course of this game so far. Shadow, happy to be the front line here, but the rest of the team doesn't have much follow-up for him. And realizing that the mid laner was coming over, they back away here. Shadow with the dash. Photic next target. Flash available for him. Cleanse comes out as well. This is a 3v4, but NIP are winning it anyway. Laner, they don't survive the dives quite as well. Assume backs off though, and it will be the tier 1 threatened in the mid lane. Photic now could be the one in trouble as the roles are
around that objective. Rare Atom are, however, going to split the map. They're not going to contest it. NIP, they've already taken the mid lane out of turret. I think considering how much threat there was of an early game snowball from Rare Atom, NIP have done a very AP on the item rather, which will give you that that full upgrade in one, and indeed has hit that second item. Adds in another scouting tool for one, of course, the W being good for kind of check-in.
22 minutes is not that crazy late to have two
items.
It was just how one-sided the previous game was. Feather down.
Your pick composition, your Ashol is down, the Blitzcrank is dead. How do you play out without that threat? You're going to lose one mid-turret. Are you going to lose a second? Who's getting out skirmished on the bot side as well. NIP, big power play.
Lian's in trouble here. One big shock blast could finish the job, but acceleration gate was on cooldown. Herald's going to get an inhib in the mid lane. Mole is still just split pushing. NIP here. The resets on the W are in. Invincible wide on his ultimate, but not wide on his charge. Lian, the next target is Xiaoshu, trying to tank on the front line, but Invincible goes down, and maybe RA have turned it back around. The poke flies back and forth. The Shadow still in smite range here, and is true with the true damage. Mole dashing forwards as we continue to go back and forth in the longest fight I've ever seen. A TP now as Photic keeps alive from Lian. The movement is clean from Photic, but he's in a 1v2 now as the Zoom trying to chase him alongside Mole. The chains won't land as Angel comes in from behind. Mole trying to finish the job and will do so. Looking for a shock blast, but Angel. They have a pick combo of their own, although the CC doesn't land. There goes Photic, flying across the screen. Feather hooks him, but there's no support to help on the play. Xiaoshu's gone in to try and answer on the backside, but he doesn't have the damage yet. Double kill for Photic as RA sent packing on this one, and NIP can return to that Baron.
With the amount of damage onto Lian as well, I don't think there's going to be a contest. Certainly not after that. You might have to stick around and hope for something. Giving up the Baron would be absolutely awful for Rare Atom. NIP, they could make it work around the Dragon. They find themselves a pick, though, in the mid lane. Their ultimate's firing off. And this should be the real game turner for game one.
I mean, Photic living procced there, but damage won't find him. 4,000 is the gold lead, which is...
If you get the arrow into a hook onto a good target, then that's great, you know. You get the ability to roll over these fights, but... can't make it work. And whenever the pick combo's on cooldown, you don't have the Ash Arrow. What can you do? What can you do at this point? No flash available, and Feather, that's coming up sometime into the future. With the Baron buff, things are going from bad to worse for Rare Atom.
And I mean, imagine trying to survive a siege against Lethality, Jace, and AP Kai'Sa. Like, the poke is just off the charts here. Look how much that chunks for. And it's like a 3-second cooldown if you manage to find your target as well. Photic doing a lot of work on this Kai'Sa. Shadow just straight over the wall. They look for Feather and they'll find him. That's one for the AD carry already as Mole flashed on, followed up by Photic, but they couldn't quite finish the job there. And now the rest of the team happy to tank up as the poke continues to land from massive range. Lian kicked out of the fight by Photic once again. Xiaoshu in the midst of everyone. The sustain is good, but not good enough. And a second inhib will be taken down. Still 50 seconds on the Baron. They can siege the Nexus.
They can certainly try. I think with the Ash Arrow up and the Blitzcrank spawning, it's going to be hard to finish, but they'll give it a good damn try.
Yeah, it's just going to be TPs back into the play. Health bars back to full as one Nexus tower falls. And they have so many cannons that are hammering away. Feather is gone. NIP's health bars are low. Maybe some kind of miracle can happen if Mole can get in, but the Shiv isn't enough. They're abandoning the play. They're going through the Hex Gates. No, they're not invincible. Can't make it out. And Angel suddenly finds himself alone. Big opportunity for RA to punish some players here, as Angel will get jumped on, will get taken out, and will give over a shutdown.
Yeah, Draw not going to get ran out by Mole. Has Flash. Draw doesn't have him by himself. There's a chance he gets another kill here.
Yeah, we've seen Mole do more with less. There we go. Finishes him off easily.
Put themselves into a deficit. Shadow walking up again.
Yep, he is on that Sejuani. Half HP, flashes away, and Duo arrives. Whoa! See you later, Leyen. You ain't getting no resets today. Xiaoshu, he's a big old croc, and that's a lot of sustain as well. Mole trying to protect his top laner here. The CC should be there for Shadow over the wall. Oh, who needs it? Who needs it? Angel just bops him. And well, Mole is desperately trying to get the damage out with this Shiv, but great little shot there by Photic. Shoots it at the pad where Mole had to jump back to. As another tower will be taken. The supers are pushing in both mid and bot. And from Assume in this one. Oh my days, that damage is insane. Photic staying back in this one as an arrow goes in, but it's Jwal picked off to start us off here. NIP forced back, but RA struggling to actually answer with their team being knocked back. Feather again gets choked down and taken out. The long-range kills come in. Xiaoshu trying to find his way onto the backside, but it's Photic diving on the opposite side of the play, eradicating RA. What looked like a win for RA right there with a pick on Zhuo is quickly thwarted as NIP find their ace. A triple for Photic, and my God, what a game from NIP with this poke comp.
Photic had a hat and he put a feather in it at the end.